Hello students. So in the previous class we have started with that of the earthquake and we discussed that what are the different causes of the earthquake. So we discussed that what are tectonic plates and what happens when the tectonic plates collides with each other. Okay, so the collision may cause the earthquake. It releases a tremendous amount of energy which causes vibration, and this vibration may result into that of the earthquake. Not only this, student, we discussed about that of the seismic zones or fault zones. Seismic zones or fault zones are the area which is more prone to earthquake, like that of in the Rajasthan or in many places of Gujarat or in Indo-Gangetic plains. So all these places, all these areas, they are known as the fault zone because they are there. The chances of the earthquake will be more comparatively to the other places. And how this seismic zone arises, students? Because of the continuous collision of that of the tectonic plate make the boundary between that of the earth crust and that of the mantle weak, and it makes that particular area weak. Okay. Then we discuss that how can we measure the earthquake, students? So we can measure the earthquake with the help of seeing the seismic waves, and the seismic waves can be measured with the help of an instrument, and that is known as a seismograph. So seismograph is what? It is an instrument which help in measuring the seismic waves. Then we discuss about that of a seismogram also. What is a seismogram, students? So the graph which is made by that of the seismograph is known as seismogram. And in seismogram, if a higher line will be there, the more strong earthquake will be there. And you know that, student, these days we use the electronic seismograph. We detect it, we record it, we measure it, and scientists with the help of that record, they explain about the time, about the intensity, about the focal depth, as well as the epicenter and energy released by that of the earth. Now we will talk about the another thing, student, and that is magnitude of the earthquake. Magnitude of the earthquake, students. Before that, when we were talking about that of the how can we measure the seismic waves with the help of a seismograph, students. So you have heard that the dog or cat or the animals, they start behaving differently when the earthquake, when there is a chances of an earthquake to occur. Why is this so? Because they are capable of sensing the seismic waves. And as they are able to sense seismic waves, so they are able to detect that yes, the earthquake may occur. Okay, so they start behaving differently. We, as a human being, we are not this much able to sense the seismic waves, and that is why we need the different instrument to detect it, to record and to measure it, like that of a seismograph. Now, if we talk about the magnitude of the earthquake, students. So the magnitude of the earthquake, it means we can define the magnitude of the earthquake is the measurement of the earthquake. It means how much energy is released can be said is the magnitude of the earthquake. So we can define it that the magnitude of the earthquake is the measure of amount of energy released during an earthquake. Okay, so how much energy is released? Measuring of that will explain the magnitude of that of the earthquake, students. Now, how can you measure the magnitude of the earthquake? How can you measure that the amount of energy released? So, to measure the magnitude of the earthquake, there is a common scale, and that scale is known as Richter scale. So, we can write it. The common scale to measure the magnitude of the earthquake is Richter scale. So we can write it. It is Richter scale. Why the name is given Richter scale? So this name is named after the inventor who invented this scale, and that is Charles Francis Richter. Okay, so we can write it here. Charles Francis Richter. This is the inventor of the Richter scale, and the Richter scale is helping measure the magnitude. Now you see here, students, so the intensity on the Richter scale, it explains about that of the earthquake, and this intensity can be given by point that is from 0 to 10. Now how we measure the magnitude, student, with the help of the Richter scale that we are talking about. So the intensity of the earthquake, can be given between 0 to 10 on the Richter scale. Okay, so between 0 to 10 on the Richter scale, we define the intensity of the earthquake. More will be the number, student, more will be the point, the stronger will be the earthquake. Okay, so whenever the earthquake occurs, with the help of the Richter scale, we measure its intensity. The number will be higher on the Richter scale. We say that earthquake is very strong. Okay, so higher number, it will higher points. That will be equals to strong earthquake. Okay. Now you see here, students, how can we understand that this is the strong earthquake on the Richter scale, or this one is the mild one? That if the intensity, if an earthquake occurs and the intensity of the earthquake is in between to that of the 1 to 3. Okay, so the intensity that we find of an earthquake is in between 1 to 3. Then we will say that such kind of a earthquake is a mild earthquake, and it will be not noticed at all. So it will be a mild earthquake, not noticed at all. Okay, why? The second one, if it is between 3 to 4 or 3 to 5. So if it will be between 3 to 4. If it will be between 3 to 4, students, so that earthquake will cause shaking of the buildings. So cause buildings to shake. Okay. So if it is 3 to 4, it it will cause building to shake. If it is in between 5 to 6, then it will violent shaking of building, destruction of weaker structure. Destruction is a heavier term. You can use the collapse, that the weaker structure, weak building, especially that of the old building student, because their structure day by day will become weaker, and if it is of many years ago, so that will be a weaker structure. So if the intensity that we measure on the Richter scale is 5 to 6, then it will cause the violent shaking of the building, and the structure, if the structure is the weaker one, so it will get collapsed. Now, if we talk the intensity that we see, that we measure on the Richter scale is more than 7. More than 7 or 7. So if it is 7 or more than 7, this is much enough to this. So cause major destruction. Okay, so if it is more than 7 students, it will cause a lot of a destruction. That will be a major, that will be a very strong earthquake. So it will lead to the loss of life and property. Okay, so these are the things, these are the Richter scale, these are the measurement that we find on the Richter scale, and by the help of this points, student, we can tell the intensity of the earthquake. Now you see, the student, when we talk about that of the Richter scale, so on a Richter scale, it is not a linear scale, but it is an exponential scale. What is the exponential scale, student? It means from 0 to 10. If earthquake is of intensity of 4 and earthquake is of intensity of 5 students, so here one point, this point will be not 1 times greater, but it will be 10 times greater than that of the previous one. So exponential scale, it means the one of the number, one of the point is greater, is 10 times greater than that of the previous one. So if an earthquake is of intensity of 4 and if an earthquake is of intensity of 5, so this earthquake of intensity of 5 is 10 times greater than that of the earthquake of intensity of 4. Okay, and that is why we use the term that is exponential. Exponential, it means it is 10 times greater than that of the previous one. Okay, so it is not a linear scale, but it is an exponential scale, students. Okay, so this is about the magnitude of the earthquake, students. Let me remind you again. Magnitude of the earthquake is the measure of the intensity, the amount of energy released that we explain with the help of the magnitude of the earthquake. Now, the magnitude of the earthquake can be measured with the help of a common scale, and that is Richter scale, students. The more number will come on the Richter scale, the stronger will be that of the earthquake. Now, Richter scale, it is when we find the intensity, it will be in between the number of a 0 to 10. It will be given by that of a 0 to 10. Now, if it is 1 to 3, then it will be a mild earthquake and it will be not noticed at all. If the earthquake is in between 3 to 4, then what will happen? It will cause the building to shake. Okay, so building will shake, and there will be only shaking of the building only, not that major one, but yes, shaking of the building occurs. So we will say that Richter on Richter scale, we find the intensity will be between 3 to 4. If the the intensity on the Richter scale we find between 5 to 6, then there will be a violent shaking, students, and it will cause a shaking, violent shaking of the building. At last, what will happen? It will collapse. It will destroy the weaker structure. The building which is having a weaker structure, it will get collapsed. More than a 7, students. So if it is more than 7 or 7, that will be a very strong earthquake. So it will cause the major destruction. Okay. So major destruction will be caused if it is 7 or more than 7. Now the Richter scale, it is not a linear scale, it is an exponential. It means it is not 1 time greater, but it is a 10 times greater than that of the previous one. So if the intensity is found of 4 to 5 or 5 to 6, so you see 6 intensity of the earthquake of a 6 is 10 times greater than that of the intensity of the earthquake of a 5. Okay, so this is about that of the magnitude. If we talk about the magnitude, students, so in 2001, 26 January, in Bhuj, which is a small village in Gujarat, student, there a strong earthquake of intensity 7.7 is found on the Richter scale. It occurred in the Gujarat, and it will cause a lot of destruction. So you can understand that it is more than 7, so it will cause a major destruction in Gujarat. Now we will talk about the effects of the earthquake, students. Effects of earthquake. So what are the difference of the effects of the earthquake, students? So if we understand the first one, so the first effect is that it can damage building, it can damage houses, it can damage dams also. Okay, so if earthquake occur, it will shake the that of the earth, and due to which you know that a lot of building, houses, dams, it will get collapsed, it will get destroyed. Okay, so we can write it. It can damage. First one, it can damage buildings, dams, bridges, roads, okay, houses, etc. Okay, so it damaged the building, student, it damaged the dams, it can damage the roads and houses also. The second one is that it can change the course of the river. Second is, it can change the course of a river, and hence causes flood. So you see here, students, because of the earthquake, it will change the flow of that of the river, students, and if the flow of the river will get changed, what will happen? The river will start coming into the city, it will start going in a different direction, so ultimately it will cause a flood. Okay, so if earthquake occur in the river, so there it will change the direction of the river, and finally it will leads to the flood in the cities. Not only this, students, if you see, the earthquake also occur in the sea. You have heard it about the tsunamis. So what happened in the tsunamis also? In tsunami, students, when you see wherever the tsunami came, that will occur in the sea. So there also it occurs due to the collision of the tectonic plate. And you know that the collision of that of the tectonic plate will lead to earthquake. Okay, so if it occur inside that of the sea, then the collision of the earthquake will make the sea waves to go higher, and finally you know that the higher sea waves leads to tsunamis. Okay, so we can write it. It may generate enormous waves in the sea floor and hence causes tsunami. Okay students, so you see here that because if suppose this earthquake occur inside that of the sea, so there the tectonic plates they collide with each other, and due to this collision it makes the waves to move, it makes the waves to makes the higher waves, and due to which the enormous wave on the sea floor it will cause the tsunami. The other one is that when the earthquake occurs today, okay, if this tsunami occur or the earthquake occur, it will cause the short circuit. So next one we can write that it will cause short circuit and leakage of the gas pipes. Okay. Leakage of the gas pipelines. And what will happen? Now you see here student, when the short circuit occur or if there is a leakage of the gas pipeline, so ultimately it will result into fire. So we will write it that since it causes the short circuit and leakage of the gas pipe, so leakage of the gas pipe hence causes fire. Okay, so the fourth one is that it causes the short circuit and leakage of the gas pipeline, hence it causes the fire. Okay, then we will see the next one student, that especially in the hilly areas if earthquake occur, then what will happen? This earthquake will cause the landslides. Okay, so shaking of the earth, so it will causes the landslides in the hilly areas. So we can write it will cause landslides in the hilly areas. Okay, hilly areas and mountain. So if it occurs in the mountain, inside of the mountain or in the hilly area students, then what will happen? It will lead to the landslide. Then the last one is it will burst. Sometimes what will happen due to the earthquake students, the sewage pipe will get burst. And as the sewage pipe will get burst students, all the dirty water or the sewer which is present in that of the sewage pipe will get spread into that of the city, and ultimately it will cause the disease. Okay, so we can write it. It may happen that it will burst the sewage pipeline and ultimately spread the disease. Okay, so if the sewage pipeline it will get burst today, so you know that it will cause the spread of the disease, because the sewage pipe it consisting of the waste material from that of the different houses, and if these waste material will going to spread throughout, and ultimately it will cause the disease. So we can understand it again that the first thing that it will damage the building, it will damage the road, it will damage the bridges and the houses. Because of the earthquake, as it shake, it will going to destroy the weaker structure, or it will damage these dam and the bridges which is constructed by human being. The second thing is that if it occur inside that of the river, students, so it will going to change the direction. So it will change the course of the river, and as the direction of the river got changed, so river water will goes in that of the cities, and finally it will lead to flood. Third one is, students, now see, if this earthquake occur inside to that of the sea, so the tectonic plates, they collide there also, and as the collision occur, a tremendous amount of energy is released, and that particular energy makes the sea waves to go higher. So we can say that enormous wave is produced due to this earthquake, and finally what will happen? It will cause tsunami. Because what will happen? These sea waves, these higher sea waves will enter into the city, students, and we say the tsunami occur. Okay. Then, if we talk the tsunami occur or that of the earthquake, students, so it will lead to the short circuit. Not only short circuit, students, but the leakage of the gas pipelines. Okay, so gas pipelines, the leakage of the gas pipelines or the short circuit, in both the cases, what happened? Causes the fire. Short circuit occur or gas pipeline leakage, ultimately it will cause the fire in your house. Okay. Then it will cause the landslide. If suppose this earthquake occur in the hilly areas or in the mountain region, then what will happen? It will cause a landslide. There also the tectonic plates collide with each other, and finally the land will slide from its place. It will burst the sewage pipeline. The sewage pipeline, if due to the earthquake, it will get burst, students, and as the sewage pipeline burst, students, so what will happen? The waste material, the waste water which is present inside it will get spread throughout, and due to which it consisting of the waste material, so you can understand that it will create a lot of disease. So ultimately it will lead to the spread of disease. So these are the different effects of the earthquake. Now students, we will try to understand that how can we protect ourselves from that of the earthquake, as well as what are the different precautions that we have to take before or during earthquake. Okay. Now we will talk about what are the different protections that we can take to protect ourselves against that of the earthquake, students. Now you see the students, when we talk about the protection against the earthquake, so a lot of a natural disaster occurred, including that of the flood, including that of the tsunamis or the lightning. So all these natural disasters which occur, it can be predicted, and we can protect ourselves by, because the scientists, they are able to predict it, and finally we can do the prior use the prior precautions, and finally we can protect ourselves from such kind of a natural disaster. But unfortunately for the earthquake, it is an ultimate. It means it can happen anywhere, anytime. Okay, we cannot predict earthquake, students. Okay, so we can make precautions. We can protect ourselves so that the impact of the earthquake can be minimized, students. Okay, and what are the different protections? What are the different precautions that we can take, students? It can be explained in this topic, students. Protection against the earthquake. So the first problem occurs in the earthquake, that is, in earthquake there is a shaking of the earth surface, and the shaking of the earth surface will lead to collapsing, will lead to destruction of the building, students. So So what we can do, the area, the seismic zone or the fault zones or the seismic zones, what they can do, they can make such kind of a house, such kind of a building which must be earthquake resistant. Okay, buildings, earthquake, or we can say earthquake resistant building. Okay, so a fault zone or the seismic zone area must be the that buildings that will be earthquake resistant. So ultimately it will not going to harm, and if it is earthquake resistant, students, so absolutely during the earthquake it will not going to fall. Okay.